The most interesting thing about this DNC, and what really fills my heart with hope, because I have to be honest with you guys, I'm pretty cynical and nihilistic about the whole situation now. I see the road, I see where the road ends, I see where we're all headed in this country. We knew that Hillary was probably coming years ago.
The Associated Press has learned that Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton have met face-to-face. The closed-door meeting comes just days after Obama clinched the Democratic nomination and just one day after Hillary Clinton's campaign announced she's planning to drop out of the presidential race.
And now that it's here, it's like going to the movies to see Jurassic Park and then getting eaten by a velociraptor on the way to your car afterwards. It's like the movie has become real. The zombies have crawled out of the screen and are now actually attacking our house.
Tell me 3 reasons why I, a black man, should vote for him. 3 reasons.
You want to break the glass ceiling.
What the hell is a glass ceiling to me? I'm trying to put food in refrigerators. Tell me 3 reasons. She's a woman. My mama's a woman. My daughter's a woman. Give me 3 reasons.
Now that it's here and we're seeing it, I pretty much was like, well, that's it. It's the Titanic. We're all rearranging the deck chairs while the band plays on and we sink together. That is until I saw the DNC this year. People definitely are a lot more clever and resilient than I gave them credit for. And I'm sorry for that. I just got into a dark place where I was very depressed because I saw the future, and the future was Hillary. It was really great, I think, to see that the system is afraid of us, especially when we get together in groups and show that we're not going to take it lying down. The system gets scared. And we saw that at the DNC because the Bernie supporters refused to fall in line. No matter what they did, they just kept coming back with something new. It was actually pretty brilliant to watch. Because the system wants you to think democracy looks like this. But now, a lot more people know that this is actually what democracy looks like.
Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine want to build an economy that works for everyone, not just the people at the top.
I'm with Hillary. You know, for me, this choice is personal. It's about...
I move that the convention suspend the procedural rules. I move that Hillary Clinton be selected as the nominee of the Democratic Party.
So those seat fillers you guys were hearing about, it's real. They're in here now.
That is a white noise machine used to block out our chants and cheers. Oregon started the cheer, no more war.
Today,
They shut off the lights on Oregon.
People in free speech cages. Literally. They were taking away people's signs. You had hundreds of delegates get their credentials removed and were barred access to the convention floor because they had an opinion that wasn't Hillary.
I've been denied my credentials, held up an unauthorized sign the DNC said wasn't authorized.
What was the sign?
It was a stop TPP sign.
They had to preempt the roll call with a secret vote because they did not want people to see the superdelegates voting, because they didn't want people to realize that Hillary only won certain states because of the superdelegates. These are states she could not win at a ballot box. She had to have superdelegates or she wouldn't have had them at all.
There's a rumor that they're going to do roll call during credentials in the morning. So they did. They had 3 choices. They had Hillary Clinton, or Hillary, Bernie, and other. That was the initial roll call that he won. He actually won that.
There was even an allegation that they connected all of the phones in each delegate post directly to the Clinton campaign. So no delegates in that section could lodge a formal complaint because the phone was directly linked to the Clinton campaign. And if you'll notice, when Hillary did finally get the nomination and Sanders announced it, two things. A, curiously, he just so happened to have a gash on his cheek that looked like someone kicked his ass the night before that was not there the day before. And B, they actually have Sanders saying he's suspending the rules and that they're selecting her.
I move that Hillary Clinton be selected as the nominee of the Democratic Party.
Then, after Bernie supporters staged a walkout during her selection, ads went up on Craigslist almost immediately for seat fillers, because they didn't want to show how many empty seats there were.
There are a lot of empty seats throughout this entire arena.
So those seat fillers you guys were hearing about, it's real. They're in here now.
They have already blocked off all of these sections where the Bernie Sanders supporters have been sitting, putting reserve signs on all of these seats where we can't sit. Yeah, Susan, seat fillers. They're paying people $50 a day to wear Hillary shirts and hold signs and come in here and sit down, so there's no room for elected delegates. More than half of the seats have been marked off as reserved. This was one of the ladies who came in and blocked off an entire row. I hope it was worth the $50 they're paying you.
Convention cameramen were focusing on tight shots. They're only showing Hillary supporters when they do show supporters at all, to give this impression that those were the only people there. Because so many people were not there at all, or Bernie supporters. They cut from the protest outside to Boys to Men.
I want to quickly go back outside the arena to Miguel Marquez. Miguel, we're getting reports that protesters are getting rowdier outside. What's going on?
As you can see, they are laying down in front of the entrance. They are letting police through, and the police, if you look over this way.
All right, Miguel, thank you so much. We're going to cut you off. We're going to cut you off right now. We're going to cut you off right now. We're going to cover right now. Boys to Men, Philadelphia Zone is here, and they're performing on stage.
I think I was in middle school or maybe 9th grade when those guys were still relevant. I mean, so then you have the convention freaking out because nobody is getting on board for this at all. And it just gets more ridiculous. In Oregon, during Panetta's speech, especially the delegates in Oregon started chanting, "No more war." The convention turned the lights off over them and left them in the dark.
You can see that the lights are on all the other states, and they killed the lights above Oregon.
They pulled the lights? What is this, 5th grade? On top of that, you have a Bernie delegate from California who pointed out that the convention even had speakers put up to pipe in white noise specifically over the pro-Bernie states.
I want to show you something. Look, guys, right up here. This is a white noise machine that has been placed above the California delegate section that is going to prevent people from hearing our chants and cheers and what we have to say. That is a white noise machine that has been placed over the rabble-rouser sections, like us in Oregon. Was not there yesterday.
What's sad about this is when she said it, I didn't even have to think twice whether or not she may be just imagining things, because Hillary has already used white noise machines in her campaign before. And is so not above it. Hillary is not above anything. Pro-Hillary supporters were actually sent out a list of counter chants to Bernie supporters' chants. So it became pretty obvious the system was trying to cover up and get rid of Bernie supporters as much as possible before Queen Hillary showed up to her party. And after word got out that Bernie supporters were pretty much not going to be seen or heard during her entire speech or anything else that was going on for the rest of the day, they tried a different tactic. They went and got neon yellow shirts that would glow under the black lights of the convention. So dotted all over the entire audience were all of these Bernie supporters who could not be ignored. And when the DNC figured this out, they went, oh crap. So what did they do? They handed out plain colored squares so that Hillary supporters and all the paid seat fillers could hold the squares up and cover whatever was behind them, and all you would see was basically this row of colored shields over each section. Just by the way, it's Orwellian enough with the instructions coming over the loudspeaker.
Hold your card still and vertical. Do not hold your card over your head. Keep holding the card in place until you see the audience leaders lower their cards. That's your cue to lower your cards. We promise you will not miss the balloon drop or any other part of the program.
It's just... This is how far they actually had to go.
Thank you for being a big part of this historic event.
To get from this... all the way to this. I guess what's so silly about it is these are adults, and these are the lengths they tried to go to keep Bernie supporters from having a voice and to make it look like everyone voted Hillary for prom queen, when in actuality she's the school bully, everyone hates her secretly, and would vote for anyone who isn't her. And that's what's actually going on in the whole country. Hillary is like the evil psychotic prom queen. She's like the ultimate bridezilla. And we are all having to go to that wedding where you know the guy doesn't even want to be there and has basically been bullied into marrying this girl for whatever reason. And we're watching it. And that's pretty much what's going on as Hillary ascends the American throne. And this is the lengths they had to go to try and appease her highness and make her think that everyone really did want to come to her party, instead of the truth, which is that her parents had to pay other kids to come to her party, and just the whole country is like an abused wife or something, and we're all going to be walking around for the next 4, possibly 8 years with heavy makeup on our eyes, wearing long sleeves and sunglasses to grocery shop on a July afternoon. I mean, that's just... Can you imagine that? Seeing all of that and seeing how far people will go to exercise their First Amendment rights and to make their voices be heard, I actually feel, maybe for once in my adult life, a sense of American pride. Because these people didn't just take it. They didn't just go home.
Hillary, the Republican platform would not make America great.
So I ask you, if you would do this for me.
That's all I wanted to say. Just, I'm really proud of everyone who stood their ground and did not just go, I'm with her.
I want to thank Bernie Sanders. Bernie, your campaign inspired millions of Americans, particularly the young people who threw their hearts and souls into our primary.
Because they really took everyone for a bunch of complete idiots.
She is still the best darn change maker I have ever known.
Hillary Clinton, she'll say anything and change nothing.
And to summon what is best in us to elect Hillary Clinton as the next president.
Hillary Clinton will say anything to get elected.
This election cycle, the corruption is naked, blatant, it's being shoved in all our faces, and to see and how you're just not going to take it, that is awesome, and it totally gives me hope. So I'll talk to you guys soon.
ask you,